Hello everyone, welcome to Captain Future and Stellan, day 4 reflections after the Common Valley.
Yeah, it's been a real Commons Valley day. We have been in so many various dialogues. I've been talking about the digital version of ourselves, and I've also been talking about best for the world, what do you call that?
Healthcare.
Healthcare, best for the world healthcare. So that's the span today.
Yeah, it's been an amazing day and an amazing week foremost. We're here at the beach in Lomma, that is a little bit north of Malmö and west of Lund, where we have been recording today. You said that this week over 100 persons has been joining us in various panels and workshops.
Yeah.
And it's been an amazing experience to do an off-site Almedalen that we call Almedalen at Commons Valley, a ShipOfANewStory. And
Yeah, we have heard so many new stories.
yeah, many new stories of a new story of us.
One of the last dialogues I had was with two members of the Parliament of Sweden, one for the Social Democrats and one for the Moderates, and we were exploring the ocean we. From one coast to the other coast there is an ocean, and that's connecting us. So what is connecting us, and how can we have dialogue instead of debate? How can we see what we have in common instead of what we differ?
Yeah, exactly. So that's how we go into the future. We have to see what we have in common instead of this polarization that is probably going on in society today. People say it's going on everywhere, but it's not. Most people are not polarized yet, but many people are. And we can see it especially in mainstream media and politics, where it's the worst. But still in local towns and municipalities, at least throughout Sweden, there's no polarization yet. And we don't want to go there. We want to go the other way.
Yeah, and then we have to tell that kind of stories. And in that dialogue with those two people, I realized that there was a side of politics that I didn't know of. Because when I watch the TV or when I read the newspaper, the polarization is what is focused on. But they told me that most of their work is to build upon what is already working. So, I mean, if you're engaged in politics, you're probably there because you want to change for the better, and that is something that is a driver for most politicians. And that story, it's not told. So it's time for new stories, and that's why we have this ShipOfANewStory.
A ShipOfANewStory. And we also talked about your digital identity, everything from the hard facts, from cookies and the data collection and the fear of everything that companies or governments collects about you, but also like the more private parts. What is your identity, the trace you leave behind, every photo, every text, every video, every site you ever visited? What is that trace? What your thoughts you had 10 years ago that probably don't represent you fully today are still left there for the people to find out and get the wrong picture of you, who you are today. And we also talked with Bea Holm about the children's perspective. For them, the internet has always existed, not like those old guys that it came into the middle of our life. But for them, it's a natural thing, and they also have like, how do you relate to all the things that they go on? For them, we also like, since they're small kids, people take pictures of them. They go online in various apps and stuff like that, and leave a digital trace. They have no clue of what they're leaving behind, because for them it's a natural thing. So they don't have the perspective and the mind model, worldview we have around us. So
yeah, and also today what is called what's so-called the gift was finalized. Yeah, and that is an association that works with life-affirming strategies at children's hospitals here in Sweden. It's called Lavisa Stiftelsen, and there was an artist there, and she finalized the gift. It's called like a bookshelf filled with books and films and audiobooks for strategies for life-affirming habits and life-affirming ideas. and that was finalized today. It was a beautiful piece of art. Johanna Rehn is the artist, and yeah,
we'll show you a picture of that.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, and we also talked about the 169 part goals of the 17 global goals. So there are actually 169 of them, and we talked to her how they all organized and how they all fit together, because they're not separate, they're not silos. They all
Interconnected.
They're all interconnected. They love everything else in society, and we're so fed up and so tired of the silos thinking everywhere in society, where you focus on your part and you can't see the whole. And this is not the fault of the actual humans living in it, because it's a systemic problem where there are not enough of us, what we call weavers, navigators, polymaths, that can connect all the dots between all the silos and make people collaborate and work together and come out of the bubbles, what we now would call bubble sharing, or bubble hopping, or bubble surfing, or something like that. Because we all live in a bubble. I live in a bubble. Stellan, we live in a bubble. You live in a bubble. And the more often you can come outside your bubble and see the perspective and see the world from another perspective, the better off you are.
Yeah, and that was a lunch panel today. We had the people from different hubs around the globe, and I would also say that there were like ideas that were presented that I really appreciate. You know, when someone is commenting.
Yeah, it's Bertola.
Yeah,
they focused on the sub goal 12.2.
Bubbles, yeah. That's right, Bertola. Yeah,
Bubbles.
And Bertola was part of that fantastic panel, and I really appreciate your work you're doing, Bertola, to weaving those hubs and the dots and connect them. And also what we realized there, again, I think we have had it already this week in at least 2 other panels, and that is we can't only connect the dots that are similar to each other, we have to find ways that are cross-function, cross-borders.
Yeah.
How can we connect young people?
Cross-pollination,
cross-pollination between young people, old people, different worldviews, various ideas, and also be open to listen. So now we have Anna here.
Hello, Anna.
Hi, Anna.
Yeah. So and we also like the hubs, and we also had Ecolo.
The daily sonar.
The daily sonar.
Yeah. On the ship.
On the ship. Yeah. We summed everything up and it's like it's a struggle to sum up just a day like this.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, when we think about summing up, we are always wanted to have everything and to gather everything, and then we realize we are actually dealing with complexity. Yeah. And again today, I think so many panels and dialogues. I mean, embracing complexity. It's something we need to do. But that doesn't mean we have to understand. We have to just embrace it. And
you have to embrace it, saying it is like this. I understand my small part, and collectively we can understand it, but not myself. And Bertola says multi-governance weaving.
Yeah, multi-governance weaving, and maybe multifunctional weaving.
Yeah.
And multifunctional humans.
Multifunctional humans. Yeah.
So right now we're at the beach, and we have this fantastic symbol here saying, do you want to go this way or that way? And there is always a choice. And the thing is, if we are aware of that we have this choice or not, it's up there somewhere. There
you have it, the signpost.
Signpost, yeah, with those different signs saying go this, go that, and you are the one to choose. And of course we need some more. If we prioritize, we often do that on a short-term perspective. So what we have been talking about the whole week is how can we find principles to guide us when we're taking the decisions? Can we even find ethical principles that can guide us in the decisions we take, and also be able to amplify those decisions? So when we go in a direction that is best for the world, how can we then amplify it?
Yeah, exactly. And we also talk like what I'm my strong passion in this, like how we train our bodies daily, at least some of us do, and we expect some of the people in society, like our sports teams and our athletes, to be at the topmost performance. But we never expect humans to be at their topmost performance. Expect physically. You don't go to a wisdom gym. You don't go to a parent gym. You don't go to a friend gym. How do you become
No,
a better friend?
we do a new story. You go to a wisdom gym.
Yeah.
You go to a empathy dojo or whatever it is. So that is what you.
That's the new story. Yeah.
That's a new story. So now we're leaving the stories in the previous paradigm behind. Not that we're not thankful for them, but we need to embrace them and move forward. So both and is again one of the main principles that we have found on the ship. So choosing both and.
Choosing both and, yeah. So that's it from us here at Luma Beach, and we'll be back tomorrow.
With the capabilities capes on.
Yeah, the capes on.
Take care.
Take
Bye.
care. We love you. Bye, everyone.